Hi everybody, today I'm going to talk to you about some books that I recommend to help you as you prepare for your upcoming labor and birth. The first book I want to talk about is actually a book I recommend that you read when you're not pregnant, and the reason being it can make you a little bit scared, and I don't want you to be fearful when you're pregnant. I want you to be looking at the positive at that point. This book, the reason I recommend it is because it will help you to be aware of the maternity world as it is. It's not a perfect world. In fact, it's far from perfect. And I want you to be prepared to deal with that so that when you walk in the doors, when you're in labor, you will be ready for whatever type of birth that you're hoping to have. So the first book is called Born in the USA. This is what it looks like. It's by Marsden Wagner, who is a physician. He talks about a lot of things in the maternity system and helps you be aware of what's really going on. The subtitle is actually How a Broken Maternity System Must Be Fixed to Put Women and Children First. So because you see that that's the title, you might expect that it is broken and it needs to be fixed so that women and children can be first, because right now a lot of times, at least in hospital settings, they're not. And that's one of the many reasons why I recommend you see a midwife when you're pregnant. Even if you're not going to plan a home birth or a birth center birth, midwives can still take care of you, and they will more likely, not always, because of course there are exceptions to everything, but they are more likely to put you first. And so this again is the first book that I recommend. Again, read this when you are not pregnant. I don't want you to be scared. I want you to be prepared. And so this is the first step in that. And there will be links for all of these books for where to find them below. So just don't stress out or worry about trying to remember all the names. I'm going to put them there. And also there will be an accompanying blog post to go with this. Another book that might be a good one for you to read before you get pregnant is called Pushed by Jennifer Block. This is what it looks like. This also is looking at some of the issues with the maternity system. The subtitle, this one is The Painful Truth About Childbirth and Modern Maternity Care. So again, it's just preparing you. I don't want to scare you, but if you're on this video or on my blog, chances are you are aware that things are not perfect. Part of the reason why women are seeking out midwifery care so strongly these days is because of how imperfect it is and because of how they've been put second to protocols or routines or schedules or whatever it might be. So you are looking for the information to help fix that. So that's why I'm giving you these first two books to read sometime maybe between babies or before you ever start having babies so that you are fully prepared and ready. Okay? So again, this book and this book are both before you get pregnant, okay? All right. Now, several of the books, or at least two of the books that I wanted to recommend weren't on my shelf. So apparently I've let somebody borrow them and I haven't gotten them back. So I'm going to tell you about those briefly, but I won't be able to show them to you. The first one is called Ina May's Guide to Childbirth. Ina May Gaskin is like the queen midwife, and she has written many books, but the Ina May's Guide to Childbirth is a good one if you are needing some encouragement along the way, to know that you can do this naturally if that's your desire. But the book actually talks about more than just doing things naturally. It covers lots of aspects of childbirth. The first half of the book is all birth stories coming from moms' various journeys along the way, whether they had their babies at the farm where she is based, or whether they had them in hospitals and then came to the farm, various different situations, just so you can see some different birth stories. The second half goes over all the details of birth in America and the different things that are available, what they mean, the risk and benefits, the pros and cons of them. So that's always, anything by Ina May is great, but Ina May's Guide to Childbirth is probably one of the best. Another book that I am missing is called, and I keep looking over here because this is where I have my stack of books, so I'm trying to make sure I don't forget anything, but it's called Breastfeeding Made Simple, and I will again put a link for that. That book is amazing. I have helped women in their breastfeeding journey for 12 or 13 years now. I've helped them as a nurse and as a midwife, and even with the knowledge that I have from helping women breastfeed for that many years, that book taught me so much, and it really did make things simple. I read it while I was sitting in the recliner nursing my first baby, because back in those days when I just had one baby, I could actually sit down and just relax when I was nursing him. And I remember thinking, wow, this is so good. It makes it so simple. And so that book I recommend to anybody preparing to breastfeed, or even if you've already had your baby and you're breastfeeding now, because it gives you the tools that you need to succeed and to overcome obstacles that you might face. So I want you to check that one out, definitely. That's probably my first recommendation for a breastfeeding book. Another one is, of course, Ina May's Guide to Breastfeeding. This is another good book to cover all the basics, because of course Ina May supports all things natural, because she is, like I said, Queen Midwife, and she's a certified professional midwife, and they tend to be a little bit more on the crunchy side and on the natural side. So she gives you all the information you need to succeed at breastfeeding. All right. Another great book to help you know about the system as it is, and to help you in the choices that you're going to have to make, is called The Thinking Woman's Guide to a Better Birth. And this is by Hinsey Goer. I don't really know how to pronounce her name, but that's the book. And I think that was a little bit blurry, and so I'm sorry, I'm going to hold it back here where it's in focus. This is another book, like I said, to help you make your decisions. It says it includes clear, comprehensive information on cesareans, inducing labor, IVs, epidurals, home births, midwives, and obstetricians, hospital births, birth centers, and alternatives to high-tech births. So that pretty much covers everything, and this really does. It's a good basic book for women who want to know everything that they need to know so that they can make good choices during their labor. Another book that is kind of more focused on natural birth is relatively new. This is the Mama Natural Week by Week Guide to Pregnancy and Childbirth. And this literally goes through week by week of your pregnancy, and it talks about what's going on during your pregnancy during that week, and then it covers a topic that you need to know for birth. So this is a good book to work through during your pregnancy. It talks about technology, it talks about nutrition, it talks about things that you need to put on your registry, it talks about so many things. So Mama Natural is also a blogger, so if you haven't heard of her, this is her book that she has recently come out with. I think it's only been maybe in the last year or so. It's a really good book. And the last book I'll recommend is for you if you're hoping to have a natural birth, but you're going to be birthing at a hospital, whether you've decided that home birth is not for you, or perhaps there's no providers that around you that will attend your birth for a home birth, or maybe there's no birth centers around and you've decided you want a hospital birth. Perhaps you're high risk and being at home or in a birth center is not appropriate for your birth, but you still want to try to do things naturally. This book is for you. This is called Natural Hospital Birth. And it is about just that, having a natural birth in the hospital. It's by Cynthia Gabriel. I read this one. It was brand new out on the market, and it really is good information for making sure that you get the type of birth that you want in a hospital setting, so that you're prepared for what labor is like, so that you're prepared for the protocols and things that are usually in place in hospitals, so that you can maybe, if you need to make choices that maybe go against what is usually the routine there or the protocol there, and it'll give you the information you need to be able to make those choices and defend those choices in a way that the hospital will honor, or that the hospital staff will honor. It can be a little bit of a rough road, and that's part of why I'm here, is to help you through that road. So this, again, Natural Hospital Birth, is a great book to help you get ready for that. So that's a quick rundown of the books that I recommend as you're preparing for your birth. These are great gifts if you're not the one having the baby, but maybe you know somebody that's pregnant or going to be having babies. These are great gifts. At the time that I bought them, they were all available on Amazon, so hopefully I'll be able to get you links for all of those, and I'll put them below. I also want you to go check out the accompanying blog post at HouseMidwife.com. The post will be over there so that you can see it all in writing. If you haven't already, please like my Facebook page so that you don't miss anything. I do live chats over there just about every day. We'll be having coffee chats over there, talking about various topics that you might need to know about. Also, subscribe to my email list so that you don't miss anything. I'll send out updates from time to time. I promise not to spam you. I also promise that I will not sell your email address. I hate getting spam email, and I know you do too, so I will not do that to you. Also, if you like this video and it helps you, please give it a like down below and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss anything. You see all the new videos that I'm putting up. share with your friends. One of the best ways for people like me who are trying to get information out there to succeed in doing so is through word of mouth. So I just asked for your support if you like the video. I have enjoyed making it for you. If you have questions, please comment below. If you have other suggestions, maybe books that you liked or you read along your way, please put them below so that other people who are watching can see them and benefit from that as well. And I look forward to our next time together. See you soon. Bye.